Hello and welcome back to the Tea with Honey podcast. Hey there, Mandy. Happy
Teddy,
week.
Happy week. I think I was asleep about 10 minutes ago.
Yeah.
And it's really difficult to like wake yourself back up. The only way I can get my toddler to flip and sleep at night now is by laying in bed with her and pretending to be asleep myself. And eventually she will fall asleep. And when you pretend to be asleep, you tend to fall asleep. And so the last couple of nights I've been falling asleep in her bed, and tonight I was like, it's podcast night. Don't fall asleep. But you know, when like you're falling asleep and your body gets kind of cold and you feel like everything in your body just like drops a little bit, like you can feel like it's like a drop off almost where you're like asleep basically. Like you consciously know you're falling asleep. That happened probably like 10 times and then I snap back up like when you're nodding off.
That's the worst feeling though. Like I don't know why, but I fight that so much. So like when I will sit on the couch with my husband and we'll like be watching TV or something and it's getting late and I start to nod off, like for some reason my body's like, don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do it. And I like fight myself. My husband will just like drift off to sleep and pass out on the couch.
Yeah.
But I can't do it.
No.
Like I will sit there and fight myself for so long that I'm like uncomfortable that like, I'm like, I feel miserable. Like I hate the experience and I'm really tired, but I also don't want to have to like get up and go upstairs and like do the things I have to do to be able to like actually get into bed.
Yes.
So I'm like, I'm always like stuck in that weird spot. So I know exactly what you're talking about. And for some reason, I always fight it. And it's like makes me miserable.
I'm the same way. I don't like falling asleep on the couch. I don't like falling asleep anywhere except for like in bed. So I've learned, because I'm usually bedtime duty, I've learned that I have to get ready before I go and get ready for bed before the bedtime routine because chances are I'm probably going to fall asleep in the process and I don't want to have to do it once I like
1,000%
consciousness.
Yeah.
But even over the weekend, it was a busy weekend, but I fell asleep around like 7:30 in my daughter's bed. And I guess my husband came in 2 different times to wake me up because he had gone and gotten me ice cream from this new like ice cream shop that opened down the street. And he tried waking me up twice out of her room and I would not get up or get out of there to go eat my ice cream. So I'm just a sleepy gal right now.
That's how you know you're really tired, is when you aren't waking up for ice cream.
No, truly. And eventually I did, but it was 10 p.m. at that point. And this store that opened has fabulous ice cream and they have this s'mores flavor and it's like the best ice cream I've ever had. I love ice cream. It's probably like my favorite food category, I would say. And this s'mores ice cream is fluffy, airy, delicious, like marshmallow creamy with some like graham cracker crumblies. It is just unbelievably delicious.
That sounds fantastic.
I was like, I have to get up and he got me a triple scoop and I was like, I have to eat this all right now. It's 10 p.m. and I was just passed out for 3 hours, but like I will eat this all right now. And it was amazing. But like, yeah, I've been sleepy girl. Sleepy. How have you been?
I've been good. Just busy. We had a really busy weekend. We had my like normal week last week. And then we had my husband's grandfather in town all weekend. So it's my husband's grandfather who just lost his wife. My husband lost his grandma about a month ago. And so it was this same grandpa. And so he stayed with us. It just like happened. He lives up in the Northeast. So like we really see him like maybe like once a year typically.
Like holidays or something sometimes.
And it's always like, he's a very, very quiet guy. So you don't have a lot of like, he's not very conversational at all. And so when we are around him, it's like the few moments you get to like chat with him are very like few and far between. Right.
Okay.
Well, we had a whole weekend with him, Friday night, Saturday, Sunday, Monday. So it was a long weekend with him, and he, not a conversationalist, and he tells the same stories over and over and over and over.
Yeah.
But it was really sweet. And I think that like it probably meant a lot to my husband and certainly me. And I think his grandpa that like we all got to spend that time together. So
For sure.
yeah, we just kind of did like he's not super spry on his feet these days.
Yeah.
He's got a cane that he walks around with. So we tried to do activities that required minimal walking. We went downtown to this little like, I think I sent you pictures, but we went downtown to this little like waterfall that they set thousands and thousands of ducks off of the edge of. And they race and there's a winner. And so we went and watched that.
Did he like it?
You know, he's a very I don't know if like stoic is the right word, maybe. But it was really hard to like tell what he wanted or what he liked or what he didn't like. Like he's very like, yep.
He's just kind of, okay. Yep. It
was good.
Oh, all right.
You know, so
Sweet.
He could have had a wonderful weekend. He could have had like a horrible weekend.
Oh man, worst weekend of my life.
You don't really know.
They brought me to a duck race. Rubber ducks.
Well, yeah. But, and then, you know, we did airplane watching and we did, we had some good meals. We got Thai food because he loves Thai food.
Okay.
That's
got unique for
barbecue.
Grandpa.
It is.
Truly.
Yeah. He loves
like
Thai
that's
food.
Good. Okay.
We gave him a couple of options. We were like, we could do this. Thai was one option. Cause like we've had Thai with him before and he goes, I think Thai. And we were like, okay. So, yeah, it was good. It was a good weekend. We drove up into the mountains on Monday. We both took the day off on Monday.
Nice.
And drove up into the mountains and drove like the Blue Ridge Parkway, which is absolutely beautiful. But we found out that Grandpa has a severe fear of heights.
Oh boy.
And refused to even look out the window. My husband would be like, hey, Grandpa, look to the left. And he said, no.
I'm so glad he agreed to go drive this parkway. Like, did we tell him?
I don't think he knew he had such a fear of heights.
Oh boy.
But it was still, I think, like the time spent. We went down. As soon as we realized he was like white knuckling the like car handle, we were like, okay, we're gonna get down the mountain as quickly as we can. We got down and then sat down and went to lunch and kind of dilly dallied around. So, yeah, that was, I guess, my weekend.
Okay.
I feel like busy because you know, we hosted and we were like making sure someone else was having a good time and taking care of someone else all weekend. Like it was a full week of work last week and then hosting all weekend. And then I'm working these few days and then I leave Thursday. So when this episode comes out, I will be on a bachelorette party that I got to last night.
Yeah.
And so I leave for a bachelorette party. And so it's just nonstop. And then like I get home, work all week.
Yeah.
And then the following weekend I leave for a work trip and I have to go on like an overnight work trip. So I just feel like I'm in this. And then the Palia update's coming out next week. And so it just feels like I'm on the
go.
Yeah. I feel like I'm like halfway up a hill that feels like I'm near the top of, but really I've got a Mount Everest to climb still.
Yeah. I mean, still fun stuff. Like a fun little
speaking
trip.
Of which, you want to know what side of TikTok I got on recently? Was Mount Everest talk.
Oh.
I
Sure.
never want to do that.
No. How they like climb all the way to the top.
Yeah. Well, they start at like a city. I don't know what it is. They start at some city and have to hike for like days up to Everest base camp. And then they have to stay there to like acclimate. And then they have to go like a quarter of the way up to the top and then back down. And then halfway up and then back down. And they have to like keep going up and down and up and down. So they really climb so much because it's like all like getting their bodies and like lungs acclimated and
like
stuff.
10 steps forward, 2 steps back or whatever it is.
So much.
Yeah.
So I'm like, dude, I never want to do that.
No, I think everyone has, you know, some goals in life. That's just not one of mine. I'm happy to live my full life and say I never did that.
Yeah,
I don't think I could.
There's so many people in like the comments of all of these TikToks that I'm watching that are like, this is optional. You're
Totally.
risking your life for this.
Yes.
Like, is this worth risking your life for?
Yeah. And
And
like
I
for some,
listen.
absolutely. It's the same with like skydiving. And,
Oh,
everyone has
count me
their own
out.
cup of tea. Yeah. I will
Mhm.
never catch me jumping out of an airplane unless I
No.
absolutely have to. Like,
Unless the plane's on
unless
fire.
it's like saving my life. No chance am I choosing to do that.
1,000%.
Everyone's got what makes them tick, and like to each their own. Just, you know what? I'll just scroll past that video. I think I'll just like, if I ever see that from my algorithm hearing this, like, we're just going to scroll by. Don't put that in my algorithm. Cause I don't want to hear about it. My dad and my sister really love like long hikes, and they've done one in the Grand Canyon where it's like, I don't know what it's called. It's not the Panhandle. I know that's Florida. There's something about the Grand Canyon. That's called the Oven. It's called the Oven.
Mhm.
And it's this long stretch of basically dry desert where you're just scorching in the sun. And I'm like, you know
Sounds
what, guys?
enjoyable.
Yeah, you have fun. They were just in, I keep wanting to say Panama. I cannot for the life of me remember where they were a couple in January doing this.
Brazil?
It was down there. It was,
Paraguay?
oh no, it was the mountain. It starts with a P, and they flew into a place.
Machu Picchu?
No, it's not Machu Picchu, but they flew into that place Serena Vanderwoodson would always like spring break. What's that called? Saint-Tropez. No. Where did Serena Vanderwoodson?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure Saint-Tropez is in France.
That's the like self-tanner people use also. Not St. Bart's. Where did You know what? This is so irrelevant.
Serena Vanderwoodson. She went to South America for spring break?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
She was on like a cruise. She was on a boat, and Carter
Peru.
Bazin
They
was
went
there.
to Peru.
Okay, so what's the mountain in Peru? Or what's the big city in Peru?
Lima?
No. Dang, you know what, guys, this is really difficult.
I think Lima is the biggest city in Peru.
Yeah, it wasn't Peru. I need a map. Hang on. I'm really
Buenos
hooked
Aires?
on this. Buenos, that's the one. Ding, 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 ding.
Okay,
They went
that's
there.
in Argentina.
That's where they were. So mountains in Argentina. How do we always end up on this? Well, and then I was confused because to me, this is like warm weather, but then they go kayaking in Ursine glaciers. And it's a very, very, Patagonia! Ding, 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 found it. That's where they were hiking. They went to Patagonia. And I'm like, you guys, enjoy. I'm just not a part. They asked if I wanted to go, and I was like, no, I don't want to do that. So all that to say, your side of TikTok, I'm with you there. I'm scrolling past.
Yeah. No, it's interesting for me it's interesting content for me to consume, but it's not something that I ever want to do by any means.
I should do that. Yeah. No, I totally feel that.
Like it's fun to watch, but it's like de-influencing me from ever wanting to do it.
For sure. And that's totally fair. Everyone has their own thing, and that's okay.
Yeah.
Speaking of their own, go ahead.
No, you go.
No, you go, because I'm going to go down a rabbit hole hard.
Okay. So I just, this is the last thing on like my catch up, but I got some new headphones, and I don't know if I've told you about them, but I'm like back in my swimming era. So you and I were both swimmers in high school, right?
Yes.
And I called you after my first swim, and I literally hadn't even pulled out of the parking lot yet. And I called you and I was like, guess what I just did? And I made you listen to me yap about swimming.
Yes.
Well, I went again. Same swim, felt harder the second time. Yeah. But I am just a Facebook Marketplace girly now. I am so good at Facebook Marketplace. Okay. I found a pair of, so there are headphones that you can use when swimming, because I think the hardest part of swimming for me is just being stuck with your own thoughts and like the silence, And there's a lot of time to reflect, but we both know I'm really bad at that.
No, so you end up thinking about how hard you're working, and not like, I'm tired.
1,000%. I need to be distracted. Tough. Yes. Yeah, absolutely. So, they have headphones that you can wear while swimming. And I have never used these headphones before, because Bluetooth doesn't work in the water.
Okay.
So I didn't know that, but I learned that like either. Bluetooth does not work. So like you cannot hook your phone up to any headphones that you're planning on swimming with.
Interesting. Okay.
Yeah. So I ended up buying this pair of headphones. They're called Shokz, SHOKS Z. Open Swim Pros or whatever. And they were a set of brand new like swim headphones that you put over your ears. They like hook over your ears, but they don't like go in your ears. They just kind of sit on like that little flappy thing that people get pierced.
Yes. I don't know what it's called, but that square rectangle looking thing almost.
Yeah, like this little flappy
it's kind
thing.
of like a triangle, yeah.
Yeah.
What the heck is that
Tragus?
called? Sure. That sounds right.
People get the piercing there so that they don't get headaches
check.
anymore. So they don't get migraines. Anywho.
Serious?
Yeah. I think it's like I think it's a tragus piercing.
That's what
people get.
That's a tragus. Yep, that's what it is. I
think people pierce it because it can help with migraines. Anyway,
interesting.
It basically sits right like on that thing and like right in front of it, and it's bone conducting headphones. So even though it doesn't sit in your ear, it like rattles the cartilage so that you hear the music. It's so odd, but then the people around you don't hear it.
It's so bizarre.
So like even though the headphone isn't in my ear, I hear it, but no one else does. Crazy. So anywho, I ended up finding these headphones. They are $230 headphones, right?
Yeah. Right.
And they sell them at Target. They sell them at Best Buy, $230. And I bought them brand new, never opened for $100.
Heck yeah, you did. That's my girl using Marketplace. That's what we use it for right there, baby.
So
I'm proud of you for going that avenue and looking and like doing that.
Yeah, I will say, I said to my husband, I was like, hey, I'm going to go. Your story last week kind of scarred me.
Okay.
So I said, will you come with me to pick up these headphones? And he was like, yeah, I don't want you going alone. So he came with me and Grandpa was like, well, I want to go. So all three of us hopped in the car.
Sure.
Husband driving, Grandpa in the passenger seat, me in the back seat to go pick up these headphones from this person on Facebook Marketplace. Perfect. So I roll up with like an entourage.
Gorgeous. Don't mess with you.
It was great. But anyway,
I will say, go ahead. No, go.
So I got these headphones. The Bluetooth doesn't work. They are MP3 headphones. So like essentially what you have to do is download music to the headphones. It's just like an MP3 player because it'll work underwater that way. It's not like, it's you physically have to, and I think there's like 4 gigabytes or something, so you can download a ton of songs on there. Okay. Or like audiobook or podcast or whatever. So you can like download stuff to it, but it has to be like physically downloaded. The issue, I don't have music really in my iTunes. Like, I don't buy music on iTunes.
Right. No, I don't.
You stream Apple Music. You're an Apple Music girly. You stream Apple Music.
Anything. Yeah.
But if like you canceled your Apple Music, you're not going to have the Life of a Showgirl on there, right? Like you would have to like buy it. Like none of your playlists would be listenable because
no idea.
Because you are paying for the service to be able to listen to them. Like you aren't paying for the actual songs.
Sure.
And the same with me and Spotify. Like I can't download my songs from Spotify and upload them to this headset.
Right.
So I was like, I don't have songs on iTunes. Like the last couple of songs that I have on iTunes that I've like apparently bought were from like college, really.
Okay. Like
late high school, college.
I thought iTunes was like gone. I thought that was no longer even a thing.
It's still a thing. Okay. It's not like, I think a popular thing.
Right.
Like it's still there, but it's not like.
Maybe the people who are like triathlon runners or Ironmans and swimmers who need like these headphones or the Everest climbers. I don't know.
I think there's people who just like physically owning music as well. And it's not physical, but like I think like they own a copy of it that they can download.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
And I get that because like with streaming services, like Spotify could take away all Taylor Swift music and I would have no way to listen to it,
Well, we have records and we have CDs.
Yeah. Or if I had bought the album and like downloaded it, I would have a digital copy of it too. So, and then I think also like a lot of people like buying music from artists to support the artist because they don't get a lot of money from streaming services. So I know that a lot of people actually like to buy it. Like they'll buy the digital album to support the artist. Anywho, I was like, I don't have any music on here and I am not about to start going and buying a bunch of music. Like, I'm not going to go spend a bunch of money on music. So I went downstairs and I fished through my CD pile
Nice.
And I burned my CDs onto my computer.
Yep.
And then drug the files over to my headphones.
That's
so
like so 2000s of you.
So 2000s, and it
So
was
2000s.
so fun. It was so nostalgic and so fun.
Yeah.
And I would put a CD in the little CD drive thing that I bought.
Yeah.
It's like a little external CD drive.
Yeah.
I would upload the files to my computer.
Yep.
And it would take a long time for these CDs to download. Like it would probably take like 20 minutes per CD.
Dang.
Like I don't know why it took so long, but it was like 20 minutes per CD. And then they would upload into iTunes with no album art. So I would have to go to the internet and look up the album art and save a file and then add it to iTunes. I felt like I was in like middle school again.
It reminds me of, that's exactly when it was. It was like middle school and your friends would like burn you CDs and draw all over the CD or like write out what songs they put on there. It's so like LimeWire and so middle school. I love this.
It was so middle school.
Amazing.
But I have this stack of CDs here that I prioritized. I had a tall stack. They're probably like 20, 22 CDs that I was like, these would be really fun to put on this headset. But because they took like 20 minutes a piece, I only got through 1, 2, 3, 8, maybe like 8 of them, 9 of them.
That's pretty good.
What do you think my priority was here?
Some Taylor, some Demi. Did you do Hilary Duff?
So I don't know why I didn't do any Taylor. I do have, well, because I think the only Taylor like CDs that I have right now are, I already have Reputation on there. So Reputation, I do have Taylor, but she wasn't one of these CDs because I already own that on iTunes. For some reason, I bought that on iTunes. Okay. So I had Reputation. I don't want to swim to the Tortured Poets department.
Absolutely not. I'd drown. That's that would be like a stop swimming and just like
count
float.
Me out.
Yeah.
And so, but I also, I didn't have a Life of a Showgirl CD in my stack down there. That would be a fun album to swim to.
It's probably because I have them all here that I need to give to you.
Dude, you do.
I have all your CDs.
Yeah.
Sitting in my closet. I do.
So I didn't have one sitting in that stack. So anyway, I do have
that's one. That's a good one. That's a good swimming one.
That would be a good one. So
okay.
Taylor was not in this list, even though Reputation is on my headphones. You were right, though. I'm going to read you through these albums here.
Okay.
The first one is very Mr. Mandi, Olivia Dean, The Art of Loving. So I put my Olivia Dean CD on there. I don't know if that's like a very like moody swim. It's not like an energetic swim, but a moody swim.
Okay.
Next, and I think my number one priority here that I really was excited for was Hilary Duff Metamorphosis.
Yeah.
So this beat went on.
That's like my number one. Like I knew that would be getting on there.
Then the Lizzie McGuire album, like the Lizzie McGuire soundtrack. And I really only put a couple songs from this on there because.
What were your picks?
Well, I Can't Wait was like the only one I really cared about.
Right.
But then the other one was like, I did All I Can Do by the Jump 5. Us Against the World by Play.
Love.
I don't remember what else I did.
Those are like amazing songs.
Yeah. I did this album. It's Demi Lovato. You haven't listened to this one because we didn't get there in our listen through, but this is Demi Lovato, Dancing with the Devil, The Art of Starting Over.
I might know a song from that.
You might.
Let me go to my Demi Lovato songs.
This, I will say, I don't know that I
have Dancing with the Devil in my library. That's
okay.
It.
I think I might regret adding this one because I did listen to this one while I was swimming, and it was it's a much more mellow album. So fine, but like whatever. Next, Ariana Grande, Eternal Sunshine.
Sure.
Got some Ariana in there. This next one really got me going. Shania Twain's Greatest Hits. Okay.
That's
Let's Go Girls.
Half and half. Some of her songs really make me emotional. So like, that's a great one. There's
Forever and Always. I'm Gonna Get You Good. Up.
No,
Come
Forever
on
and Always. Are you kidding me? That song is like a tear jerker.
Come On Over. Man, I Feel Like a Woman. That Don't Impress Me Much. From This Moment On. Honey, I'm Home. You're Still the One.
No, that song makes me sob.
So,
Truly.
Any Man of Mine, Whose Bed Have Your Boots Been Under? Whose
Oh my
bed
God.
have your boots been under? So anyway, Shania Twain's greatest hits album.
Okay.
This one, banger. Cheetah Girls 1.
Okay.
Just the first
Sure.
Cheetah Girls album. So we've got like Cheetah Girls, Cinderella, Girl Power, Together We Can. Like so good.
Okay.
One more Demi Lovato album. This is Holy F.
Okay.
This is like a very rock album, and I thought this would be like a good swim vibe.
Yep.
And that was it.
That's
all I added so
They're
far.
They're very you picks for sure.
Mm-hmm.
I think you need some like Pitbull, Black Eyed Peas, or like.
Well, those would be you picks, but yeah,
They would be. You know what I've been listening to nonstop since it came out?
What's that?
And it might be my favorite album of the year so far. I think it came out in March. No, January. Charlie Puth. Whatever's Clever.
I've been listening to that too.
Oh my God, it's so good.
I think that was March. That wasn't.
I thought it was
that
March
long ago.
too, and I'm looking in Apple, and so in January,
He might have had
I know
single come out.
My favorite song in the album is "Beat Yourself Up," and that came out earlier, so I think that was the
that might be
single.
my favorite song too.
It's super good. I can't stop listening to it, and he's doing a tour. So he's going on tour, and I've been debating if I want to go to it because I think it'd be so fun to listen to those.
I would go. Is it Whatever's Clever?
Yes.
That's the name of the album.
I think the whole album
March
released, like
27th.
end of March. Yes,
end of March.
That's what I was thinking. So
I was gonna say it wasn't that long ago.
But I've been
listening to that too.
In January.
I like that one. I'd go to that one with you.
It's so good. He has. I think I really was excited about it when he sang the national anthem for the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
I was like, holy crap, that was amazing. But I will say I finally made my Hillary Duff set list playlist, and so I've been listening to that too. Yeah, so I've been listening to that, and I'm like, okay, I feel good because I already know all these songs, so it's not like a big catch up or anything. So I feel good
1,000%. Yeah.
But yeah, I think that's a great swim playlist. Very there's a good leisure swim, and then there's good athletic swim in there, So I dig it. I dig it. And I'm proud of you for doing that because swimming's tough. It's not easy. And I think the hardest part of swimming is knowing you have to put on a bathing suit, and then your hair's wet, and then you have goggles on. And I don't know about you, but if I wear goggles, my eyes I have the red circles on them for hours after. They do not go away. And it's like a commitment. It's a commitment, a full-blown
I feel like my goggle marks go away pretty quick, but
mine don't. They never have, and it's always so rough. So I'd always be so embarrassed after morning swim practice in high school because I was my eyes are so red. And when I went swimming a couple years ago with my daughter, I had to pick her up after. I'm like, yeah, this is just what I look like after, and it's not cute. It's just bad. But that's good. I'm so glad. I forgot what I was going to... you got those headphones on Facebook Marketplace. And yes, I had a really awful experience last weekend. But I redeemed myself, and I had a very, the smoothest transaction ever. Never met the person. They left it on the porch. I love when people leave my little folder for money under their front doormat. And so I did that. I said, thank you. Scooted away from there, and I redeemed my Facebook Marketplace self. So that was
Did you get anything interesting?
No, it was a planter. I needed a planter.
Okay.
And I was like, I want this planter, and it's close to home. So I did that by myself. But it was a good end to the weekend after I'm trying to think of what I even have been doing, but I have a new baby niece. So I've been talking to you about it nonstop. I have this new baby niece. She's super cute. She was born a week ago from when this episode comes out. So she's a week old now, and she's teeny tiny and adorable. And the whole weekend was just spent back and forth from the hospital to visit her and my sister-in-law's house, and seeing all of them on top of my daughter had her first soccer game. And I think that has been one of my most something I've been the most excited for in my parenthood journey has been Saturday morning soccer games. Being able to make my coffee, go to the game, sit in a lawn chair, and just watch. It's exactly what I got to do. But it was a nightmare at the same time because it was my daughter's
was it everything you hoped it would be, or was it
No, it was the opposite. I was on the field the whole time. I was on the field.
No.
Swear to God. So they, for preschoolers, they do like a 30-minute practice at the beginning. And this was her first one. So like everyone was this way. But she did great during practice. You know, she was super shy, kept to herself. And she scored 3 goals during practice. She walked up, kicked the ball. It went in the net. Woohoo! Great job. And the last 30 minutes are an actual game. Like there's a referee and they play a game. So we get there and it was out of a movie, I swear. The other team is from a charter school like nearby that practices during their recess. These kids are bigger than all of our, I think they're kindergartners, not preschoolers. And that's a huge difference in like kid years. They're bigger and mostly like these big little boys, and they know what they're doing. And the coach is saying like, pass the ball, run down the field and pass the ball and shoot the ball. And our kids are picking dandelions. One kid stopped moving anytime an airplane flew overhead, and he'd start yelling, airplane, airplane, until it was out of sight. And my daughter's crying the whole game. She would run on the field, and as soon as the referee blew her whistle to get everyone moving, she would start screaming and run back over to me. So I would have to stand out there and hold her hand the whole time. It was chaos. She didn't do anything during the games, and she said soccer is the most boring sport after.
Oh.
So...
do you think we'll continue to go?
Yes, because then, of course, what children do is 10 minutes after when we're in the car, she said, when's my next soccer game? I'm like, sweetie, please. And so we have that coming up, and we'll see. Hopefully, the next game gets better. We'll see if she, as she goes, she's just not confrontational. So the idea of children all swarming to chase one ball and the goal is to kick it away from another child is so not her MO.
Yes.
But it is what it is. So anyways, I'm
going to send you a video right now. My niece is, I think 8 months younger than your daughter. Yeah. And so I just sent you a video. She also is doing her first soccer games.
Oh yeah.
And it was so funny. She's the one with the little yellow headband on. But
I know who she is. Oh my goodness.
That got sent in our family group chat. Yeah. And so listen, little groups, they can do it. I have
What is this though? There's 3 kids on the team?
Yeah, I don't know.
Dude, they had 6 to 8 kids on the field of both teams, from both teams. So there's 16 children chasing one ball.
I think they might have just had, maybe they were just doing 3-on-3. Yeah. But does it look like the same age?
No. They look smaller. They're smaller for sure.
Are they?
Yes. They're probably
There's definitely parents and coaches out there guiding them and telling them what to do. And
yeah, they look like they're the group below, 1 year below. My daughter's young for her age. So she's in that awkward cutoff where she's the youngest of her school year and always will be. Yep. And so these kids, she kind of fits into the kindergarten age, but on the young end. So, I mean, granted, she is the tallest one of her whole team, but these other kids were just built to just practice for this, and it was so funny because I was I don't like this team.
It just felt
that little boy.
Well, I was gonna say it feels like Camp Rock 2, but you haven't seen Camp Rock 2 to be the other school, the other camp. They take it seriously and they have money and they are they are so much more professional and they have parents who donate money and it feels a much well, there's exactly no way. We're just this little ragtag band of misfits over here, Yeah.
That's exactly what this was. And so the other team just blew our kids away at first. But then this one little boy on our team, I have no clue who he is, just came out of the woodworks towards the end of the game and scored 4 goals back to back to back to back. And I'm too competitive for this. So because I'm sitting on the sideline getting pissed off when this big kid on the other team is pushing other people down.
You are really competitive.
And I was call that on him. He can't push. I'm not saying that, but I'm sitting there mad. Totally. I didn't say anything, but I'm sitting there yelling to my daughter, get the ball run. I'm like, go kick it. Get the ball. And I played soccer. Like that was my favorite sport of my life. And it's hard for me watching my daughter do nothing, but also like accept
it's just her age.
Preschool or soccer.
Right.
That's what it is. So
it's just her age.
Anyways, soccer was super fun still. I loved it. So aside from that, we had birthday parties over the weekend and more housework we were doing. And we had a baptism on Sunday for a friend. And we go to this event and I'm sitting there and we've been there for like 2.5 hours at this point. And I am in the back by myself because I'm not a part of the ceremony or whatever, anything. And I look to my left and a couple of rows over from me, no one in between us, because there were 8 children that we had to sit through. A couple rows down, my college ex-boyfriend, one of his friends from college is sitting right there. Not a friend that like we were friends with, but like someone who he was very good friends with from his like program.
You only know this person through him.
Yes. And from their like master or from their like whatever they did.
Yeah.
And I immediately was like, oh my goodness. And he's sitting on his phone constantly. And I'm like, you are the same age as me. You know better than to be sitting on your phone. Are you sitting there texting him? Are you sitting there talking to him? And I panicked. I was immediately like over aware of like what I was doing. And I had to make sure I looked super happy in case like he was texting my ex-boyfriend. So I was like, oh my God, he better say like, yeah, she looks great. She looks super happy. Instead of like, oh yeah, she looks miserable and like slouching over right now.
Do you think he like saw you? Did you like make solid eye
contact? We had to have like, we never made eye contact, but the second I saw him, I made sure never to look that direction again. I was like, do not ever look that way. I couldn't have gotten out of there faster. I was full blown panicking. I wanted to text you in the moment and be like, oh my gosh, they're sitting right there. What am I supposed to do? So absolutely terrifying moment because you don't prepare
I can't believe
yourself
you
for
didn't
that.
tell me before now. Oh my
I know.
goodness.
I wrote it down in my phone because I was like, what did I even write? Saw ex's friend immediately on edge and he was on phone. I'm anxious. Who's he texting? So panic. Now I'm not paying attention to what's happening. I'm like, is my dress like sitting? Am I sitting properly? Do I look okay? Just so he's not being like, yeah, ew, that girl, she looks so weird right now.
I will say that's one of the things that I am very grateful for living out of state is that I never run into exes. I never run into exes' friends. No. I never run into anyone because there's no one here.
He is on the opposite side of the state. And so like most of his friends aren't even over here. So that's the last thing I would have expected. And I was like, oh my goodness. Mm-hmm. And I was like 45 minutes from home too. Like I was kind of in this random spot, like at this random place that I've never been to. And I was like, why is this happening right now? Like,
luckily because it was such a random place and like, it's not somewhere you go often. Hopefully it doesn't happen again.
It's never, I will make sure of it. Like it will never happen again. I swear. So anyways, that was like the main bulk of my weekend. But around all that, I was at this antique festival Friday, Saturday. I did not go Sunday, but I spent a lot of time at this antique festival that I bought tickets for. I think that's what exhausted me because I did not anticipate how big this festival was. I barely got through half of it before I had to call it quits because I was like, I'm going to fall asleep. Like my feet hurt so bad from walking around this and I'm so overwhelmed from all the stuff everywhere. So it was fun to look at things. I don't know if I'd go again because it was almost too overwhelming. It's like going into an antique mall that has too much stuff and you're like, what's going on?
It's hard. Yeah, absolutely.
So it was fun. It was like fun for the 2 days that I went, but afterwards I was like, I gotta stop here. So that was my weekend and I feel like I never sat down. And then my husband left Sunday night for a work trip all week. So I'm like, I feel like I haven't sat down.
Yeah.
Until bedtime.
What was your favorite find from the antique?
You know what? You know what it was? I found vintage Polly Pockets.
Ooh, okay.
And it wasn't many. It was a few because this girl, they were kind of pricey, but it was this gal's personal collection. And I loved Polly Pockets when I was a kid. And so she only had a few. And I was like, you know what? I think I have to buy some of these from you because like I need them. And I'll show you. Hang on. There's this one. It's like not the rubber ones, but pre-rubber Polly Pockets where it's like compact with little like 1-inch dolls. And so I got this like Jeep Wrangler that pulls a camper van.
An RV, yeah.
Yep.
Yeah,
and then
camper.
the RV opens like a Polly Pocket and it's got its whole little like couch inside.
So cute.
Know? And it's just sitting on my desk. It's this cute little thing. And I have I got one little doll. Actually, I got a bag of dolls, but my favorite one that made me buy the bag was this one. She's a little fairy, a pink and green fairy Polly.
Yeah.
And so I was like, need her. But that was by far my favorite find. It just was a lot to take in. It was really fun. But I was like, you know what? The Polly Pockets win my heart this time around because I feel like anyone online, they're just so expensive. And I'm like, I'm never going to play with them. I just want to look at them. And this girl had like the perfect thing for me sitting on her little shelf. So it was fun. I'm just glad the weekend's over because it was a lot. It was a lot. And I've just been back to my brother and sister-in-laws a lot to help out with the baby. And I'm going back there again. You know what? They want to do a movie night now. They're hosting a lot. They're hosting a lot for just getting home. And now they want a movie night and dinner
for
tomorrow.
Being, right, 4 days post-birth, hosting a lot.
I'm like, this is my second time going over there for dinner. And I'm like, you guys, what's up? Like, are we good? Like, what's happening? This is not normal.
I would not be.
Anyways, I was in this space where, I get nervous before I go to bed when I'm home alone. I get so nervous to sleep when I'm home alone. And so I was like, I need to watch some TV. I need to watch something to keep myself like occupied, but I'm tired. So I need something mindless. I finally turned on Life After the Villa and started watching it last night. I only got
on your list.
I got 2 episodes in and it's interesting. It's really interesting. So for those of you who don't know what that is, Love Island last year, what was that, season 8 or something? I think season 8 was last year. And this is season 2 of Life After the Villa. And what it is it's a show that highlights some of the cast of season 8 Love Island Islanders and what their life is like after leaving the villa. And what I'll tell you is that I just feel like when they were in the villa on Love Island, it was new to them. They hadn't like been on TV before. It was like this new experience. They weren't used to like fame. Maybe some of them had done content creation or whatever it was.
Right.
But in Love Island, it's like they're not more timid, but like definitely more careful of the way they carry themselves and like performative.
Yes.
And in Life After
I feel like I know who you're talking about just from.
Oh my gosh. Like, yes. Yeah. I feel like I'm seeing a whole nother side of these people. Like I was catfished almost by some of the cast members and especially the girls. Like the guys, not as much, but the girls, I'm like kind of seeing different colors of the girls than I like kind of wish I was. And I mean, I'm not going to spoil anything, but I want to talk about it. So I guess if you're going to watch this and you don't want me, if you don't want to hear my opinions,
spoiler warning here.
Yeah.
We're going to talk. I've only seen like the first episode and a half, maybe 2 episodes.
Same.
But we're going to talk about the first 2 episodes. So if you don't want spoiler warnings, fast forward a little bit.
Yeah. Scooch on.
Okay.
I feel like our sweet Amaya Papaya is not as sweet as I had once thought. And same with Hannah.
I was going to say Hannah. Hannah to me, like the way she approached Pepe at like the brewery or whatever, wherever they were all hanging out, like so confrontational, so
confrontational,
sassy,
so immature though too. For half of her like spiel to him was like, you're pushing 30 and you can't go say hi to Iris. But then she's the one who goes up and like communicates that way. And I was like, this is kind of hypocritical.
And then like called him bald.
Right, and start like, "You're a loser, you're balding," and is screaming that across the bar. I'm like, "That's really immature." Like, maybe that's not the best way to handle it, and,
Right.
it it was tough because Amaya, I feel like, also when they were doing have you seen the Friendsgiving portion yet?
Uh, I no, I got to the part where
Okay,
they were, like, inviting people to
okay,
Friendsgiving.
so I won't say,
I don't care, you can
Amaya,
spoil it for me.
okay. Have you seen the part where Beldasha sees Pepe and
At the, like,
Brian
dog
at the
park?
dog park?
Yeah.
Yes. So Bella at Friendsgiving was sitting with, you could kind of tell that she was like not a part of their group. And granted, she did leave
Mhm.
the island sooner, but she was always sitting on the end and just kind of felt like she was trying to like get in and like be included, which made me kind of sad. But she brought up to Amaya, like, I saw Brian and, he had nothing bad to say. He wants to have a conversation with you and like, you know, not figure things out, but like just have a
Clear the
conversation.
air. Yeah.
Yes, exactly. And Amaya was like, I don't like that you're talking. She kind of was like,
Really?
my friends don't go and talk to my exes like behind, like without telling me. Like, I don't like that you basically had a conversation with him. Like, that feels like you're two-timing, and I don't know if I can trust that.
But here's
And
the thing, she, prior to this, was saying that she wanted to have a conversation with him. Like, they
right,
were both saying that they were open to having a conversation. Amaya said
right,
she was open to a conversation. Brian said he was open to a conversation. It just, like,
right,
hadn't worked out that they could do it yet.
right.
And then she gets mad?
It was like a short. It wasn't like this long drawn out conversation, but like the
It was
way
kinda
she
snippy.
she like snipped. Yeah, it was still like kind, but she snipped at her. And I could just tell, I don't remember who else was sitting, if it was Iris or Hannah, but whoever was sitting next to Bella on the other side of her when Amaya was like snipping at her, I could just get the mean girl vibes because she'd be in the conversation with Bella, but then she'd make a snarky remark, like a joke on the side, like a snarky joke looking at the other person. And I just know how girls operate. And that to me is like, I'm closer with that person. So I'm looking at my actual friend, like making this
Mm.
snarky joke when you are disagreeing and like not on that same page because you're the one talking to them and
Mhm.
telling me like I should have a conversation, but I'm going to snark about it. And
I hate
it
that,
just,
yeah.
it makes like that one person,
It makes her
Bella,
feel
put
insecure,
her
yeah.
right and feel like she's
Yeah.
in a corner by herself. And so I was like, I don't love that. And I feel like Hannah is very drama starting. Like
So much more
she was,
so than
oh my
I
gosh.
ever would've pictured from, like, who she was on the show.
Yes.
Yeah,
Like
1,000%.
problematically, like purposely instigating. Like she's stirring the pot a lot.
Mhm.
And I don't love that.
Part of me wonders if it is, like, maybe it's producers. Maybe
could
it's,
be.
like, there needs to be, like, if they're just following these guys around and everything's fine and dandy and there's no drama and no one's confronting anyone and there's nothing
Right.
to then it's boring.
Right. That's
So
true.
I wonder if some of it, like, I wonder if
wanna know
maybe
it's
Amaya's
real.
reaction, or I wonder if maybe Hannah's sassiness, like, I wonder
Yeah.
if any of it has to do with, like, production and them being
Totally.
like, "You need to confront Pepe. Like, we
And
need
it could
something
be.
here."
Right.
Yeah.
Absolutely. It absolutely could be that. I'm just like, wait, what? But then
Right.
I feel like it's all about Amaya, Hannah, and Iris, which is fine.
Yeah.
Like I'm enjoying following them along. But I also am like kind of bored by Iris. I don't know why. Like she's very lackluster in her, like she's a beautiful person. She's very kind from what I can tell from what I see
Mhm.
on TV. But like there's no fun I see. I don't see a lot of fun from her.
I could see
It
that.
like she doesn't show me interest. Like have you seen her date with TJ?
When he asked her to be his
Yes.
girlfriend? Yeah.
Okay, the balloon, she goes, "Oh." And then
Yeah.
she goes, "Can I open this?" And she opens the box. The balloons don't come out, so she kind of like hits them to come out and she's like, "Oh, there's a bear inside."
Yeah.
And then he shows her the balloon and that it says like, "Will you be my girlfriend?" And she goes, "Yes."
Yeah.
And I was like, "I'm bored." I'm like, "Where's the squealing? Where's the fun? Why aren't you tackling him? Like, what's happening? I'm so bored." And I'm like, give us more, Iris. Like, where's your personality? Like, let it shine through a little bit. So I love TJ, by the way. I think he's
I do too.
hilarious. I think the pictures of him with his brothers when they like were introducing him, I was like, you are fun. You are a fun person. Like, I can tell you are fun. So anyways, it's a good show, but I'm kind of like feeling odd about these characters.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I'm going to say characters because I don't know who they are anymore.
Right. I'm really interested to see how this upcoming season of Love Island goes. Like, I think the drama and the like virality, I don't know if that's like how you would say that, of like last season was like a peak for Love Island USA. And so I'm excited to see how they cast this new season. And I know we've talked about this before, but like to have that same level of like attention that last season received.
Right. Absolutely. And they need some characters if they're going to like try to compete. I'm also just curious because like I'm sure there's like NDAs or like whoever's signed to like be a part of the show. They can't talk about certain people or certain situations, but like I kind of want to hear more about Huda, and I kind of want to hear more about like Nick and Olandria or like what's happening with some of the other people. Because like they were huge parts of the show.
Huge
they were
parts
all there.
of it.
Like I need to know what's going on. How is Jeremiah in every single episode and they haven't brought her up a single time?
They haven't even brought her up.
Not at all. I'm like, and Chris is there. I'm like, come on.
Yeah.
It's going to be fun. I want you to watch the next episode because there was one more tiff during the Friendsgiving that was like juicier and so unexpected. And I was like, why did this just turn into what it was? It's like confusing and odd, but anyways, great show. I have no idea how much longer it's on, but like I really enjoy it because it's just like dramatic and as scripted as it may be, like I'm still I feel emotions, whether it be like
you feel
I'm
connected
angry
to these people. Yeah.
And I could be angry because I'm like, you're not who I thought you were.
1,000%.
You're letting me down. Like Bella to me now is the most like real after her conversations and like how she dressed and stuff.
That like from the season I had no connection with. Like she left so early. I was like, well, okay, whatever.
Right. I was like, how honest is she being? And then she came into this and like seeing her at the events, I'm like, oh, and Grayson too. Like we got nothing from Grayson during the show really. And the second episode, I think she showed up a lot more and did a lot of chit chatting in there. And I was like, oh, like I'm happy to see you now. This is fun. So anyways, all fun stuff. I'm loving the show. I'm excited to keep watching it. That's what I'm going to do tonight before I fall asleep. But yeah, that was like my catch up TV, which was honestly 10 out of 10 so far.
Good.
This week.
Love it. Love it. Love it. Love it. I've been watching more Law and Order, but that's it.
You know what? As you should. That's one of those things. To each your own. I love it. You told me you did start a new book.
I did. I started a new book. So if you are not into spicy books, skip ahead. I don't have a lot to say about this, but I grabbed a book on Saturday from like one of our local bookstores. It's from the same author who wrote the book Quicksilver and Brimstone. So the author her name's Callie Hart.
Okay.
And this one is called And it sounded on the back very spicy. It's like definitely a dark romance.
Yeah.
Definitely a dark romance.
Oh yeah.
And so on like Sunday afternoon, I'm sitting on the back porch and I'm like, yeah, I'm going to read a little bit. My husband was working on the beehive. Grandpa was sitting on the little sectional couch across from me. And I was like, I'm going to read a little bit. And I open this book and I read the trigger warnings, the like reader disclosure. And I said, I'm going to close this right back up. I should not be reading this across from this man. So I closed it and didn't read. However, I will say I'm working my way into the book now. I am on chapter 10. They're pretty short chapters. But I'm on chapter 10. And I will say, the one thing I have to say about this is I can appreciate a book that gets spicy from the start. I feel like with most spicy books, it's like we start and we meet this girl and then she has a friend, and then there's something going on with her job, and then there's this, and then we meet the guy, and then they hate
Yeah.
each other, and we get halfway through the book before we get anything spicy. This
Mhm.
one, first chapter, spice.
Love.
So I was like, you know what? Big fan. So
10 out of
anywho,
10.
reading that right now. Yeah.
Okay. And now are we liking it? How are we
It's okay so far. Yeah.
Okay.
Teddy from the future here. I just want to give you a quick heads up that after both recording and editing this, I've read more of this book, and it is very, very filthy. So I bleeped out the title of the book. If you want to know, let me know. I just want it to be told that I hadn't gotten to the crazy part yet at this point. I am there now. Very interesting. So just a caveat. I'm not saying go read this. If you want to know what it is, let me know. But my innocence from recording this has been broken. Okay, back to it.
I mean, spice is
I'm on
there.
chapter 10, but I'm only 54 pages in.
Oh, so like really short chapters.
Really short chapters.
I
So
can
I'm
appreciate that.
54 pages in. I'm on chapter 10. The book itself is 388 pages.
Oh. How many chapters are in that book?
So it's not a super long book.
No, it's not super long, but that's got to stack up the chapters.
63.
Whoa. Honestly, I appreciate it though. It makes me feel like I'm making more progress.
Yeah. It was one of those things where I was laying in bed the other night reading it before I fell asleep. And I was like, oh, I can do another chapter. It's only 3 pages.
Right.
Oh, I can do another chapter. It's only 3 pages, you know? Whereas
I think those are my favorite.
With like Kingdom of Ash, which I'm also trying to read right now, the chapters are like 25 pages long. I'm not reading that.
That takes me a long time to get through. And that's too much time to like let your mind linger too. Like if it's a 25-page chapter, there's thoughts that are going in my mind. I'm not paying attention anymore.
And then I have to reread paragraphs because my mind wandered. And,
honestly, that author is smart. That's how you keep people interested. Because when you get to those pages where it says like chapter 27, that's a half a page. That keeps me cruising. I don't got to read half of a page right there.
Right.
That's all blank space, baby.
I'll tell you if I like it and if you should read it or not. We'll see.
Okay. I mean, based off chapter 1, I like it. So
yeah.
That's a good start.
So up next, we have a little gaming segment. I think we are just going to do like a fast kind of quick update here. So yeah, just quick. We have 3 little gaming updates for the week. First and foremost, well, not foremost, but first, Palia's Royal Highlands comes out. The next time we talk, the Royal Highlands will be out and we will be able to chat about it. So we are in the week lead up to Royal Highlands. Yep. I've seen some people saying that they're like prepping, and I've asked some questions like, what are you doing to prep? And I've just heard making money.
Okay.
Finishing the board.
Okay. Smart. And so I mean, I guess that's a good point because it's a new area. There's going to be new gatherables and new things to do. So it's not like you can hoard things because you're going to have to find new stuff.
The Amber Echo. It's not like you're going to like need to go stock up on essence or anything.
Right.
Yeah.
You know what I'm trying to do though? Because I'm realizing at some point these bundles are going to bite me in the butt if I don't have stuff saved because I'm someone who I like using what I have. And so when I find amber from like a tree, like in Kilima or whatever, if I randomly get that amber drop, I'm like, I can't sell that because I'm not going to go chop 100 trees again. So I have to save any like rare material or like that dragon's peat or whatever. I'm saving all that. I got to go. Like if I'm in the mood to get it, I will gather it because at some point I know it's going to be on that bundle board. And I'm like, Amber Echo, what if the next thing is some form of amber? What if it's a bunch of ambers from all the areas? And like, I need to have that.
Yeah.
So I don't know the best way to make money. Aren't they doing the hunting thing right now? Where it's so maybe hunting's a good way to, what is it? A double-edged, I don't know. You can hunt, sell your hunting stuff for some money too while you're chipping away at the goal for the hunt off or whatever it is.
Yeah. Absolutely.
So, okay, so money making. I feel like that's a
Money
good call
making.
because there's going to be a bunch of new stuff. Maybe like catching up on ranching because didn't they say the horses could be ranch
Mhm.
animals too? So
Mhm.
like maybe getting caught up on your ranch or
I
like getting some
think
stuff
yeah, and I don't
ready.
know what I've heard some people, like, speculate, I don't know, that, like,
Mhm.
maybe you have to be a certain level ranching in order to, like,
Oh,
breed specific horse types or blah
fair.
de blah. Don't know, but, like,
It wouldn't
also
hurt. Maybe like when I've
right.
only been logging in to finish my 1 in 10 million,
That's
like
more
get the
than me.
coin.
I haven't logged in at all.
I just want that second free
I
outfit.
know, I
That's it.
know.
I'm logging in and
What was your first
granted,
one?
nothing good. It was it was something the alchemist or something where I got this thing with like bottles across
Oh,
my
yeah, 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 yep.
something very not exciting. And so I'm like, I just want to see what I get the second time around, but
Is
I'm
there something you're
behind.
hoping for?
No,
Because
you
I
know
think
what? No, because I will never get what I want. I will
what do you
never
want?
get it. I want the one with the big wings, you know, those big floaty
Oh, yeah, yeah,
wings.
yep.
Or, you know which one I love? The Pixie Queen, where it's like the tulip
Mhm,
dress. I
mhm.
love that one and I don't want to buy it because I'm like, I like it,
The
but
issue
like I
with
don't want to
that is
buy it.
I wear, like, the top of the Pixie Queen and the bottom
Yeah.
of the Pixie Courtier, so you have to, like, have
Okay.
both and mix and match for
Right,
it to, like, look cute. I
exactly,
know.
exactly, and I'm like, I only want part of it too. I love like, I don't know, so I don't buy them myself, but I'm like, I'm not gonna get one of those 2. I know I'm not. So I just wanna get the
It's
second
worth an
one.
effort, though. It's worth a try.
Exactly, exactly. So I think I have 3 more logins to get to the second free outfit. So if you are listening to this and you're close, I think this is running until the update comes out. So keep
Mhm.
logging in, get your coins, check them in the dailies, and just do it. But I feel like that's the best way to get prepared. And so speaking of logging in to get the rewards, um, the only time I've spent in games the past couple of days are I quickly log into Palia, get my coin, get my little freebie, and then turn off my computer, jump onto my Switch, which I should just do this all on my Switch. I don't know why I'm using my computer. I log into
Yeah.
Pokopia, get my stamp, check my store, get whatever. I still don't know how to make money in that dang game aside from stamps. Do you make money any other way? I truly don't
I
know.
haven't run out of money yet. Like, I haven't gotten to a
Right.
point where I, like, run out, but I don't know.
I don't know either. So that's a question for next week. I'll try to answer my own question and see if there's a way to make money outside of just collecting stamps. But right now in Pokopia, we also have an event that is running now through May 13th. And so this is the Sableye event. And Sableye is one of my least favorite Pokemon.
Really?
I despise this Pokemon. Freaks me out. Don't like it. Don't care for it. Goodbye, Sableye.
Yeah.
I don't like you. I know a lot of people like him. He's just this he looks like Stitch. He's like Stitch. I don't know. And I'm not
Oh, I
saying
could
that's a
see
bad
that.
thing, but like I
Yeah.
just don't vibe with him. But anyways, so if you log in right now, it is the Sableye event, and Sableye will show up. Everything's bedazzled on your Pokemon Center. And at Dream Islands, you can find red crystal clusters. I don't even
Mhm.
know what they're called. And if you break those at the Dream Islands by going to any of the little Pokemon dolls, you can go back to your Pokemon centers and trade the crystal fragments with Sableye for some fun camping themed rewards. So we have a couple more days. And fun fact, if you have Magnemite unlocked, and you like flow over to one of your dream islands, you can do the long hold of Y and it'll let you keep the fragment all together so you can use it to decorate. And you have that big like red chunk of
Oh.
crystals to decorate with if
Yeah.
you want to for something. So if you're interested, do that
I don't have
before it all
Magnemite yet.
ends. Well, when you do, I
I
can
know.
also, I
I
mean,
gotta
you
work
can
on
go
that.
to any dream island and get it afterwards, like with I keep wanting to call them dream addresses, but if you use a code, a lot of people will have
Yeah,
them
yeah.
there so you can copy them. But anyways, do that from now until May 13th to get those events. And after the event, you can move Sableye in officially, I believe. So that's fun if you want him
Heck
on
yeah.
your land. I don't know where I'm going to put him, but it's not going to be in my favorite places. I don't want his freaky little eyeballs.
Definitely not.
No, maybe in my museum, far under.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. That's a good place to hide him. Last but not least, the Loftia Closed Beta is officially over. So
It's over.
I have nothing really to say about it, but it's over. And
Now we're great.
if you played the closed beta, make sure that you send information and your, tidbits and everything that you kind of like picked up on, maybe
Yep.
feedback to the Loftia team.
Mm-hmm.
I think they are recommending people send it through their like official Loftia Discord. So make sure you get all your feedback in, any of the
Yep.
bugs that you experienced, get all that stuff submitted. But yeah, the beta is officially closed.
Yeah.
And we are hoping for a mid to late 2026 release.
Which would be exciting. So just remember, people, they are looking for feedback. They are looking for,
Right.
What's the word I'm looking for?
Constructive criticism.
Constructive criticism.
Yeah.
They want to hear like what people who are playing the game run into. What makes you love a game like this? What would make you want to keep playing the game, or what would deter you from playing the game? So remember you can be honest. You don't have to like really get into it, but like share your feedback. They want, that's what this was for. They want honest feedback. If you're loving the game, that's amazing. What did you love best? Like what could be improved to love it even more? So just remember they're looking for that feedback. If you're going to share it, then that's how we make the game great. So it was fun. I'm glad we got to experience. Thank you for allowing me to do that.
Of course.
I have one last interest. There's nothing, it's not about a game. It's just a speculation, and I'm going to say it. Okay. So the Club Penguin founder, his name is Lane Merrifield. He was spotted at the Disney Imagineering Studios and posted that he started a new job with Walt Disney Imagineering. And what that means for us, we know that Disney is like owns Club Penguin, right? So
it does. Yep.
Yes. And so what's interesting is I'm not speculating that like Club Penguin is going to come back in full force, but Disney Imagineering, those are the people like who come up with the ideas. They're the engineers behind like the creative games and a lot of like the creative processes, the brains behind it, and like where they do, you think big whiteboard where they're like spitting ideas and pinballing off one another. So I know in the article I've been reading, obviously we know Disney has been placing a big emphasis on gaming lately. We love Dreamlight Valley. Now, I'm curious to know with adding him, the founder, creator of Club Penguin, if this means maybe they're going to start thinking of some form of MMO.
I would love that.
Wouldn't that be amazing?
Yeah,
I don't
it doesn't
know
have
what
to
it
be
would
penguins.
be.
Like it doesn't have to be the penguins. The penguins would be great for nostalgia. But like he was the brains behind like a very nostalgic, very influential MMO.
Like a child-friendly MMO that got not children, but like middle schoolers, whatever, into gaming. And it was a safe space for the most part for children and older people, I don't know, multiple individuals to be in this MMO space. And a lot of that was like a lot of people's introduction to what that is. And so I'm very curious to see what he brings to the team. I don't know that I think Club Penguin's done, right? Like I think Club Penguin is done. So
yes, Disney shut down Club Penguin years ago. When they bought it, they ran it for a little while. They shut it down. There are two versions of Club Penguin that are playable right now, like Club Penguin Reimagined and New Club Penguin, like two different websites that are like basically like a mirror copy of Club Penguin, but it's not the real like official thing. Right. So it's like officially shut down.
Right. So I'm thinking he's probably going to work with Disney to come up with some MMO that's Disney themed. Like I would assume obviously Disney themed. So I thought it was right before we jumped on to record this. I saw this article and I was like, wait, this is really cool because I wonder what it could be. I wish if it was me having to pick, it would be the level of like character design, as in like character creation as Dreamlight Valley, but maybe it's like an open world like Palia, so I don't have to be like Ditto, where I don't have to be a princess or like a Disney character per se.
Right.
I can make my own person and run around the Disney world like Dreamlight Valley. So I don't know. I'm speculating that this could be really cool, but I know that the article I was reading was like,
I
what
had
are the
not seen
thoughts?
that.
What are
So
we thinking?
that's fun, exciting news.
Isn't that fun? Right.
Mhm.
So who knows? It was his first day on the job. So he's brand spanking new.
So it'll
But
be a
maybe
while
in a
before we
couple
get
years.
anything, but
Right. There could be an MMO maybe one day. Or
I'll be patient.
maybe they've been making it and they're like, let's bring him on and see what he thinks. Who knows?
Right.
So anyways, that's my little gaming. Well, the last thing I had. And it's just speculation, but would be cool.
It's fun. It's a fun note to end on.
Absolutely. I don't know if we want to get into it. Do we want to talk about the gala that happened this week?
We certainly can. Have you seen any of the outfits at all?
Well, so this is why I'm curious and I'm asking, because I'm very confused as to what the theme must have been from what I've seen out.
So the theme this year was costume art. So it's like art themed. Costume art. So like art themed.
Fair.
There are some outfits that I liked and some that I didn't.
Yes.
I think the ones that I thought were pretty cool, and I loved Sabrina Carpenter. So if you scroll down to number 8 on the link that I sent you.
Yeah.
Sabrina Carpenter is there, and her dress is made of like film. So I thought that was really cool. Like film is obviously a form of art. And so it was like her dress is art, or her dress is film.
Yes.
And it's her favorite film called Sabrina.
Wow.
And so I just thought that I think Sabrina's was kind of fun.
She looks great.
I thought, and I hate, like, this is so boring to say, but I feel like both Kendall and Kylie Jenner, like, I liked both of their outfits. I haven't gotten to them yet.
Did you?
Number 17, Emma Chamberlain, hers looks like a painting. Like, her dress literally looks like a painting. Like, you can see the brush strokes going from like her chest down her side. Like,
that's beautiful.
I don't know if I love the like hair and makeup look, but
right.
like the dress I think is so cool.
To me, that says art. Like, that says art.
I do too. What I liked about not Kylie. I liked Kendall's outfit. I like Kendall's dress. It gives Greek statue where there's like a boob hanging out, and there's like I feel like the way that it drapes around her like hip feels very Greek statue.
It looks like the outfits you'd see on the statues.
Yeah.
And now
the way that
I know the
drapes
theme
and stuff. Yeah.
It makes sense. I didn't know the theme when I saw
so you saw it and
I
was like, what the heck?
What are you wearing?
1,000%. I also would, if you scroll down to number 21, I don't know who this girl is.
What is Kylie wearing? I'm sorry. That doesn't make sense to me.
She's like stepping out of a dress. I don't know.
That is really unfortunate.
The bleached eyebrows are a choice.
Yeah, I don't love that on her. But like, why? I don't understand. Like, is it the corset that's the...
I don't know.
The art,
to
is
be
it?
honest.
I
just would also like to say...
Go ahead.
I'm sitting here wearing a ripped up sweatshirt and like sweatpant shorts. I'm wearing a sweatshirt that I've worn like every day for 7 years.
Uh-huh.
You regularly wear a Christmas sweater.
Jammies right now.
You're in jammies now, but like most of the time you're wearing a Christmas sweater when we record.
Yes.
And it's like April. It's May now, but like we are not fashion icons. We're
the pinnacle
no
of
room
fashion.
to judge this, but we are coming from a very like I think normal person perspective.
And my normal person perspective of Kylie Jenner's outfit is that it's a beautiful dress that someone worked extremely hard for, and it's all the way down her hips, not even on her body. So the practicality of me, I want to put that dress back on and show off the pretty dress.
1,000%.
I'm confused. That just says I have a lot of money and I'm just going to wear my dress half down because I can. And I'm kind of sad about it.
Number 21, Rachel, I think that's her name, Rachel Sennott. Wild.
I'm getting there. What number?
21.
Oh, I passed her. That's the one I was like, what is that?
Yeah.
What is that?
I don't know.
What
None
is she
of the
supposed to
men
be?
like
A
stood out to
spotlight?
me. I think Chase Infinity looks really good. Hers also, like her dress also feels kind of like a painting, like a mosaic. Like
Yeah. Okay.
she's
Kris
number
Jenner's
26.
little coat, though. Kris Jenner, I would wear that. If she wants to
You would
hand me
wear
that
that.
down, I would wear. Oh, and look, she's got statues on it. That's probably representing like her daughters.
Oh yeah. Yeah,
But
she's
I'm
definitely
obsessed with
gonna
that
hand
coat.
you you're definitely gonna get her Dolce and Gabbana Met
She
Gala
should.
outfit.
I mean, it's like she knows me, so she
It's like
better
she
give it
knows
to
you.
me. I think Joe Burrow's outfit is pretty cute. I think that's pretty
not
cute.
bad.
No, I kind of like that jacket. Okay, whoa. Who is SZA? Let's
SZA.
talk about that. I want to wear that dress.
That's a fun dress.
I want to put that dress on my body. I really like that dress and I love that headpiece. If I'm going as an art theme, like that is what I'd be looking
You're
at
going
right
out.
there.
Yeah. Yeah.
She looks fantastic. Yeah, Chase Infinity. That's a pretty one too.
Like it looks like a mosaic.
art,
I think that's a
right.
fun one. Yeah.
It's art. What happened to Bad Bunny? I was like, who's that? And I read,
Bad
are we
Bunny.
sure?
Yes.
Why'd
He dressed
they
up
do
as an
that?
old man. I don't know.
I guess that's art.
But also he's in Zara.
Yeah, I was like, wait, what? I mean, listen, there are many art expressions and ways to show
True.
art. So I'm all game for it.
I
Who's
think
this?
another one that I think is kind of fun, if you scroll down to 34, Louisa Jacobson. Hers is kind of fun because it gives like Victorian era painting. Do you see what I'm talking about?
Yeah, it sure
with like the
does.
neckline thing.
Yeah, it sure does. She looks extremely uncomfortable though.
She does. She really does.
She looks extremely uncomfy. I like the one above it. Jasmine Tukes.
Yeah, that's just like pretty though.
It's super cute.
It's not. It doesn't scream like art to me. It's just like a really beautiful dress.
It looks like a ornate rug, almost.
Yeah, I could
like
see
the
that.
design of like a carpet. That's really nice.
I could see that.
Yeah, some of them like I don't understand some of them if I'm being honest. Like Jack Harlow, I don't know what he was going for. With
Madonna's is wild, but it's Madonna.
What number is she?
43.
All right, let's see. I'm almost there. Yeah, some of these I'm like, whoa. I mean that if I'm ever invited to the Met Gala, that you're have
like,
to
I'm
do
going
that.
all out.
Like you've got to follow. Look at all the people behind her. Like they are smiling. They are excited. That's cool. I don't know what she is. I don't know what it is, but it's cool. Because then look, you get to Jay-Z and he's just wearing a tux. I'm bored.
Right.
Go home. Okay. Whoa. Let's talk about Alexa Chung, please. She has a lily pad.
Yeah, I
This
saw that.
green chartreuse dress with the lily pad and those big old earrings. That's beautiful. Gorgeous. This is fun. Like, who makes these dresses? Blake Lively. I don't know what you're supposed to be, honey.
I don't know. It
It
kind
looks
of watercolory.
It looks enchanted. But I don't love it. I'm sorry. You're Blake Lively. You could have found a really, really fun way to do art. You are art, basically. I don't know. This is kind of a fun theme. I'm just a little bit confused, I guess, on how some people are interpreting it or like
1,000%. And I think that's a part of the theme every year is like some people take it pretty seriously and really go all out for the theme, and other people are like, I'm just going to show up in a pretty dress, and people interpret it so much like so differently, and it's interesting.
And people will love it regardless. These are bananas. I'm having so much fun looking at it. So if you haven't seen some of the looks, go check them out because they're quite interesting. Who is that? And what is she? Natasha Poonawala. That is a dress. It looks like a betta fish to me. Or maybe it's like a hibiscus. I guess I don't know. Wow.
Yeah, I don't know.
I like Sarah Paulson. She has a dollar bill strapped across her eyebrow or eyes, and it reminds me of Mr. Krabs's like first dollar.
Oh,
and that's art. That's art, though. He displayed that in a frame on his wall. That's his art. So in my opinion, Sarah Paulson wins. She is Mr. Krabs' first dollar. And it looks like it's got writing on it too. So it's like the SpongeBob paint splotchies.
Well, what we can do is share the link that we are scrolling through in the Discord so that everybody can take a gander if you want to scroll through and see what we were talking about. But Mandi, thank you for catching up with me this week. Thanks for hanging out. Thanks for yapping.
Thanks for the late night yaps after
absolutely
a sleepy day. But friends, thank you so much for listening. And we are so excited to catch up next week with some Palia Royal Highlands, a lot of fun gaming updates. And Teddy, I can't wait to hear about your trip this weekend. We all hope you have safe travels.
Yep.
But friends, until then, we hope you have a great week.
Talk to you later. Bye.